remember arguing with the neighborhood kids as to whether or not any of our parents would have sex. And if any of them did, who were like the most likely like culprits.
Oh my god.
Because we were...
So you knew people had sex?
Well, we knew that sex existed as a concept.
Sure.
But we all thought
But it's like,
our
you would
parents,
never do that with someone you married.
Our parents would never do that. That's gross.
What's up?
Hey, Andrew.
Okay, I feel like some podcasts, they start in medias res. Like, they just, like, cut.
Gosh.
It's like they've been already talking.
Yep.
But I don't know. I kind of like saying hi.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel?
I feel great, man.
No, I mean, do you have a preference of when you listen to a podcast? Do you like when they're like, "Hey, I'm Andrew," or do you like when it's like
go straight in?
You like going straight in.
Mm-hmm.
So I should just cut all this.
Well, here's what I'll say. The podcasts I listen to, I already know what I'm listening to. So the preamble to me is tedious.
Yeah.
Get into what I'm here to listen to.
Do you know? What if they have a guest?
Again, the guest is there to offer insights into something or someone to play off of. That's what I'm interested in. I actually don't need the
formal introduction.
No.
Of like, you're like, okay, yeah.
And again, because I listen to my podcast on Spotify, I can check in on the guest like anytime I want. I go, oh, this is so-and-so.
Yeah.
So again, the preamble to me is tedious.
That's a good point. I mean, I do sometimes wonder, like, okay, who is this person? Why should we care?
Right.
You know? Or it's like, I'll be listening and I look up the person later and I'm like, oh my god, that was the star of such a... You know, it's like, okay, now I have to re-listen to the episodes. I didn't realize this person was relevant. I'm sorry, I had no respect for the person.
You're more judgmental on your podcast than I am. Yeah.
It's like when I meet someone at a party and then later I learn that they have 1 million followers. I'm like, why didn't you tell me? Yeah. I would have listened to the things you were saying. I would have remembered your name.
Instead of just waiting for you to stop talking so I could get another drink.
I wouldn't have signaled to my friends, like, to get me out of the conversation.
Dude.
That's
the
funny.
IG follower count. Important to know. It'd be nice if we like branded them or get
my God.
tattoos. Like you got to 1 million. It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Nice million, bro.
Can I see your tattoo? You don't have one? Oh shit!
Such a cunty way to say someone doesn't matter. Oh, your neck's looking a little bare.
Well, especially because you like presume like, oh yeah, where's your tattoo? You just like assume they have one. And you're
right.
Like, oh, you don't have one. Wow, what's that like?
Yeah. Well, I just want to be buried in a Jewish cemetery, so I can't let them tattoo me, no matter how many followers I get.
Oh.
See the back pedal?
Yeah. Are you Jewish?
No, I just know that about it because I dated a lot of Jewish girls.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you get a... By the way, this is Hunter.
Yeah.
If you haven't looked at the Spotify title...
of this segment, yeah.
Yeah, he does not have... He has sub 1 million followers.
But Jewish cemetery expert.
Yeah. What is your nationality? You're like very white.
Yeah, no, I'm...
Now that I see it, you have beautiful blue eyes.
Well, I'm pretty waspy in presentation, but not a super interesting background. Like, I feel like everybody kind of knows where their ancestry originates, but my grandparents, even their great-grandparents were American. So it was not of interest to our family in the same way it is to others. Like, oh, well, so-and-so came over from the... And then, you know, and they still have, like, relatives that they kind of know about in the previous country, whereas I never had that.
I'm a fourth British.
Okay.
Which is like easy to forget about until I met like my British relatives.
Okay.
And they are very British and they're living in Britain and it's like now they're like my second cousins or something, right. But it's like it is like, oh, you're related to these people who are fully British.
Yeah,
it's
and
cool.
Second cousin is not that far.
Yeah. It's like I don't feel vaguely British at all. Like I feel but now I'm like, oh, I get to have some British pride. I'm also a quarter Italian. And then, which I oddly feel more related to because my mom's sister married someone who's more Italian. So I have Italian cousins, but they're not because of my lineage.
They're in-laws.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, they're my first cousins,
right.
But because of the in-law that married in, yeah. Right. But yeah, you are like, you look very white, but I wouldn't say you look... Well, you don't look waspy because you do not give private school vibes at all.
Yeah,
you give very anti-establishment, like...
Correct.
Screw the man.
Probably because I went to private school my whole life.
Did you go to private school?
Yeah. K through senior year of college, always went to private school.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Whoa. It's a wild piece of lore about you.
Yeah.
So you just reject that authority completely.
I mean, honestly, it all started with having to have my shirt tucked in, which I just found wildly uncomfortable. And then ever since then, yeah, I was just like, this sucks. And people who like this suck. And people who like collared shirts suck.
Having to have your shirt tucked in radicalized.
Totally.
Too.
I was just like, this is the worst. And yeah, so as soon as I got to choose how I dressed like an absolute slob. And I enjoy it.
I mean, you have a fashion sense, though.
Well,
like, you're put together just in a way that communicates that you're, like, cool.
But that only happened when I moved to West Hollywood and enough gay guys bullied me that they're going to take me shopping if I kept wearing colors that didn't match. So I finally was like, all right, I guess I have to find something. Because
so you chose all black?
Literally, I chose all black because it goes together with itself. It limits your potential wardrobe, so your shopping immediately cuts out.
Wait, so deadass, you only own black clothes now?
Correct.
So if I open your closet, it's just like
you can't see it with the light.
Yeah. You're like a cartoon character, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now that you mention it, I've never seen you without black.
Correct.
Which, like, I feel also you're ahead of the curve because that's what they're doing in New York right now. From what I've heard, New York, it's all about wearing black.
It is. Yeah, people have on occasion asked if I'm from New York, which I take as a huge compliment.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I'm not. I just dress like a New York transplant in LA.
I saw a TikTok recently that was like, I think it was filmed in New York, and it was like a group of gay men at a table at a drag show, and I literally, my first thought was that they were on like a dodgeball team or something. But then I looked and I'm like, no, this is not a uniform. They just are all wearing black. I still am not completely sure. Because it's like just generic black shirts, but it's like they're all wearing like the exact same outfit. This is crazy. Yeah. But I think that's how it is. I bought some black shirts recently. I bought a shirt from I went what's it called, thrift shopping, and I bought this shirt because I liked the fit of it. But you know, I had some random brand I didn't know about, and I was at the club, and I had my shirt on. I had my shirt on still, which was, at this point in the night, an anomaly. Everyone else had their shirt off. But I had just danced with someone. I'm like going way unrelated to the story I was originally trying to tell. But basically, I had just danced with a guy. And he was like, you're sweaty and this sweater's cashmere. He's like, this is going to make me sound like such a bitch, but this is cashmere.
He didn't want you to get sweat on his cashmere.
He literally said that. So I was like, okay, so I put the shirt back on. And then I kept it on for a minute because it's like, I don't want to deter anyone, like, because plus I like this shirt. I kind of want to show it off. Anyway, so I'm on the dance floor, and this other guy who I know, who's like fashion and stuff I respect, who's also very hot. We're like dancing, he sees me, and he like sees my shirt, and then he like pulls the brand, the tiny brand marker, pulls it closer to read it. And then once he realizes it's nothing, he just like shrugs, and it was honestly, it felt a little bit shady.
No, I like it because to me he was drawn to the cut and how it fit.
No, exactly.
And he was like,
Ultimately,
oh, what is that? And then he was like, oh, it's nothing. But the fact that he even checked it to see if it was something
for sure.
is cool.
Without saying a single word,
right.
He gave me such a high compliment.
Absolutely.
Someone of his, he's like in a good tier. I almost said politically, I meant popularity.
Sometimes those go hand in hand.
Yeah. He definitely has a 1M tattoo on his neck. And he, yeah. But it reminded me of this time, I need to do a stand-up bit about this, but my mom always would have my sister and I watercolor when we went on vacation. And so then I did a little month-long study abroad thing and during that I visited Paris and I went up to the Eiffel Tower. And at this point, I was alone at the top of the Eiffel Tower, and I decided to watercolor.
You had this stuff with you?
I brought my watercolors, okay. Yeah. I didn't have like a whole easel or anything. It was just like a little pad. I must have had some sort of setup where I was like, had my pad against the window. I clearly had like the coloring mixers, so it looked involved. But I am not a good watercolor at all. It was purely a hobby. But because I was at the top of the Eiffel Tower multiple times, like a tourist would come up and be like, oh, you could tell he was like, oh, he's painting, and then they would look over my shoulder and then immediately be so disappointed.
It was just the location. They're like, for someone to be watercoloring at this location, they must be like fucking.
They came
baller.
from America,
Yeah.
to come to the top of the Eiffel Tower to paint the most beautiful thing they could. It's like,
They're like, is he painting in numbers? Like, yeah.
it was like a little stick figure. It looked bad. And, like, I'm so bad at it. I like penciled in the buildings so there's just like squares and yeah.
So that shirt was the watercoloring.
No,
up
yeah,
tops.
literally, yeah, exactly,
Gotcha.
exactly. All right, so you found someone to call. Hunter has been calling them targets, which I find lovely.
Okay, this is my musician friend, Madeline Rosene. She just played the Hotel Cafe last week in a singer-songwriter showcase. She is a former middle school student with me in Northeast Ohio. Moved to Los Angeles, currently lives in North Hollywood with her husband, who also went to middle school with us. He plays keyboard in her band.
Whoa.
She's awesome.
Okay, well, also I'm ignorant with Hotel Cafe. Should I be impressed?
No,
You're like, no!
yeah, no, it's not something to be impressed by, but if people who watch this podcast have any musician friends, they'll probably have heard of it because they're always showcasing up-and-coming talent, and it's right in Hollywood. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Cool.
And she'll be happy that I plugged her.
Oh,
Now we can bug her.
Lovely. Cool. How many followers do you have?
Oh, she has over 100,000. So,
Wait, are you
no
really?
tattoo. Yeah, no tattoo yet, but...
Hello.
Okay, you're not bringing it, which you warned me you wouldn't be, but... Madeline, how are you? I just posthumously plugged your Hotel Cafe gig and was talking to Andrew, the
I love
host.
how immediately you called her out. She said one word, and you're like, okay, snooze fest.
How did you not think I was going to bring it after that greeting?
Okay, so yeah, maybe that was my fault for not greeting you properly. My point is, Andrew's very impressed with your resume, mostly by your Instagram follower count.
This call will be recorded.
Okay, we've been talking about, by the way, this call's being recorded. You know you're on a podcast, right?
Oh yeah, this is a podcast, right?
Yes, okay, tight. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. No.
What about even if I tell you I just had 3 mimosas at 8:30 p.m.? It's bad.
That's dope.
Yeah, and listen, not to air Madeline's business on a podcast, but she has sufficient tolerance that 3 mimosas is nothing. She's fine.
Should
It's
we
11 a.m. on a Sunday somewhere.
should we drink in honor of Madeline? Should we get something to drink?
Oh, I'm not. I have to drive home after this, Madeline, and I'm very responsible. We know how responsible I am, so...
Yeah, I mean, he's had a lot of DUIs.
Oh my god.
Not a lot. I had one, and I was 18.
Okay, no, you were like 16.
Right. The point is, it was a long time ago.
Right, that counts for like 3 though. If you're 16 and you get a DUI, that's automatically 3 DUIs, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
In a court of law in Ohio.
Okay. Well, listen, let's not get into Ohio teen math because that's why so many young women are pregnant in that state before they're married and they graduated high school. But
This is crazy. You went to a private school.
yes.
Is there a lot of DUIs and pregnancies in your private school?
No.
Did you go to a private school also, Madeline? Because you guys went to the same middle school, right?
Yes.
That's wild.
And no, there were not a lot of pregnancies, and no, there were not a lot of drunk drivers except for Hunter.
Hold on. There were a lot. They just didn't get caught. Okay? Because
Maybe that might be true.
They stuck to their high income neighborhoods, whereas I was foolish enough to wander through
Talmadge?
the back roads of not Talmadge, but Chardon. So that was my fault.
Oh, so like what you're saying is that it wasn't even just that the rich parents were paying off the cops. It's that the cops didn't even bother patrolling the rich areas.
So I can't believe we got on this subject already.
It's already Ohio. It's Ohio o'clock.
I was pulled over in a different town, and I hadn't been drinking, but I had beer in my car. I was 17. And the police officer recognize the parking sticker from my high school. And so he just told me to slow down, and that if he hadn't recognized the sticker from my school, I would be in a lot more trouble.
Whoa.
So,
Wow.
correct. I think that is kind of what happened to a lot of the kids I went to school with.
Wild.
Whereas, because I didn't live near my school, I had to drive through townships of various income levels, and I happened to drive
Folks,
through
if you
mine.
didn't believe in white privilege, now you can.
My point is, I didn't even get all the white privilege. I drove to a place where they're like, not impressed. Not impressed with this parking sticker. You're going to jail. So I went-
Oh, that sucks.
So anyway, there's some lore.
Is the DUI real?
Yeah.
Has that messed with you? Were you able to get that expunged? How does that work?
No.
Is it still on your record?
So here's the thing. I think it would only be on my record if I applied to like some kind of federal job. Basically, it didn't happen in this state. It didn't happen within the last 10 years. Actually, didn't even happen within the last 15 years. So
Old.
I think most misdemeanors, most places are not interested in finding out about if they happened A, out of state, and B, in excess of 7 years.
Did y'all hear this? That Taylor Swift did a concert in Canada, and that's when a bunch of people learned that you can't get into Canada if you have a DUI.
What?
I heard this as a rumor.
Okay. Interesting, because I've been to Canada fresh off my DUI. I was 19, so I was just a few years removed and was still not legally allowed to drink in my own country. And I went to Canada.
Oh, wow.
Now, granted...
So this has got to be incorrect then.
Well, but it could be a new statute, Madeline.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we had a producer that I could be like, hey, can you Google this right now?
Could you Google Canada?
Yeah, we need that like Tim Dillon producer that he just bosses around. It's amazing.
Oh, yes, Tim Dillon's.
Oh, yeah, that's really what I'm trying to be the next Tim Dillon.
Well, fantastic.
You should have seen Andrew's dinner tonight, Madeline. Very impressive. Salmon, not grits, but Brussels sprouts.
We're getting another call. Can we stop this call? How does that work? Send a voicemail?
So that's my flag football captain. He's trying to make sure that I'm coming on Saturday for our beach tournament. He's called me twice since the podcast started. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Exhausted.
Well, it sounds like quite a spread.
Okay, Madeline, we know you're not the most enthusiastic when it comes to sports, but we did not call you to bring up all of my misdemeanors and then trash me for being a 36-year-old that still plays beach sports.
That is pretty funny.
But we were having so much fun.
We're like 5 seconds into the phone call, and you bring up that he has a DUI. That is pretty on the podcast. I love that. Madeline, we were talking about clout and Instagram followers before this, and I asked as a joke how many Instagram followers you had, and then Hunter told me that you have over 100,000, which is wild. That's amazing.
I don't. I've been cleansing them because so many of them are inactive.
Oh,
fucking dicks.
So
I get rid of them.
You're actively reducing your follower count?
Yes.
Why?
It's fantastic. Because like if they're not doing anything, like I don't want them. And then because of the way that the algorithm is, if you have like a bunch of followers and they're inactive, your stuff's just not going to get shown as much.
What? Yeah, she's been.
Yes, this is how digital marketing works.
Yeah, this is like somebody who gets like a penis reduction. You're like, too much penis?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They're like, well, it's not helping, and
it is actually hurting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't want people to like cry when it goes in.
All right. Well.
I mean, a little bit, just whimper, not cry.
Yeah. Listen, we don't want it to feel good, but we don't want them to go to the hospital. I got you, Madeline. That's
we don't want to go to jail for involuntary manslaughter.
Right, 100%.
You would be king of the jail if you got thrown in prison for involuntary manslaughter with your penis.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know a ton about how prison works, but
you guys, I would be so awesome if I had a penis.
Yeah,
I would talk about it all the time.
Like, this would be so much better if Madeline had a penis.
Like, I would just literally talk about it all the time, and I mean, I would just brag about it. Even if it wasn't big, I would talk about it like it was. For sure.
I don't know if you know.
Just so you know, I know you guys were wondering. I'm just telling you.
Well, so here's my question, Madeline. Have you, given that would be your strategy if you were to wake up with a penis tomorrow, have you never been disappointed by penis with mismatching lore?
I don't think it matters because, like, if I'm a dude, like, I'm not necessarily gonna, like, get laid all the time, but I want people to want me. So that's how I'm gonna do it.
Okay, but then you're gonna get in the bedroom, and in this scenario you're getting with women, this woman's gonna pull down your pants, and she's gonna be like, "Wait a minute, this dick doesn't match the lore."
Right. She thought she was getting a hammer, and instead she's getting a nail.
There's a clear dick lore mismatch happening right now, and I am appalled.
Correct.
Okay, well, I mean,
and I will work
know.
to set the lore straight.
This is not what the prophecy foretold.
Maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she doesn't realize like what's big and what's not.
Is that?
I'll just tell her she's brainwashed from all the porn she's watched.
So you think
you're like, don't worry, women are stupid.
I'll just gaslight her. That's what I'll do.
There we go, Madeline. Pound it.
Real quick, Madeline, is it possible to porn brain a woman so badly that she doesn't know if a penis is small?
Yes, it is. Yeah, actually it is. I think I've read a study about that, yeah.
Can you forward me that study? Because I would be interested to know, like, is it like 10,000 hours? Is it like the Beatles thing? Or
yeah, I'll send you all the information you need. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That would be good.
Because I know you need it.
Who knows who needs it? I just think it would be helpful to...
For a friend.
Yeah. This is like phone a friend and then porn brain a friend. That's my podcast.
Were you porn brained? Is that how your husband was able to get with you?
I don't think that I needed to be porn brained for that.
Yeah, your husband's very talented and obviously did not need to be porn brained to marry him. But her album, one of her best albums, she has several, is called Raised on Porn. So
really?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
What kind of
but it's not because I was like, forced to watch porn by my parents or something. It's because, I just feel like it's all around us. Like, it's Photoshop, it's cosmetic surgery, it's all this fake shit all the time. Now it's AI, like everything's porn because it's all just about dopamine and getting off. So yeah, it's sort of
that's actually
the album's really sort of about fakeness.
That's a really thoughtful thesis for a very crass name.
Thank you.
Madeline is nothing if not profound and crass simultaneously.
I do like shock value. I do, yeah.
I like the idea of you getting a graduate degree in literature, and it's titled. Your thesis is titled "Raised on Porn."
That would be excellent, not out of the question.
Just what kind of music is it?
I call it indie pop and roll.
That's cool.
I have a single coming out November 28th, and it's called Love and Algorithms. And it's accompanied by a claymation music video that my brother made, and it's really tight.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. Claymation is wild.
I know.
It's all stop motion. It's quite impressive. It looks like those 90s children's movies that were very popular. I don't know if you ever saw like the Christmas ones that are all claymation.
Yeah.
Or like Wallace and Gromit. Yeah.
Wow, that's like good. Dang.
Hell yeah.
Brother.
Yes.
Madeline, you seem cool as hell. I want to drink mimosas with you at 8:30 at night.
I think we should.
Yeah, I'd love to hang out sometime. Seriously, she's cool.
She's the best.
Hell yeah.
We should probably let you go now, but thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, gentlemen. Have a great night.
Thanks, Madeline.
Have a good one.
Bye.
I will say, she did deliver. Because it started out, she was like, hello.
Yeah.
So walk me through your style right now. What is this shirt?
So this shirt I got at a ska show in the Inland Empire in Riverside.
It's ska. I
It's
thought it was
ska.
punk.
So
Here, let's...
it's both. It's like a ska punk band. It's
Here,
the
I-
Suicide Machines. Yes, it's hard to read, but this says the Suicide Machines. Some upside down crucifixes. I believe this is a.
Yeah, this does not
rock
look
with the needle. Yeah.
Yeah, this does not look ska. This looks punk as hell.
But on the back it says,
Turn around, show the camera. God is dead, ska is not.
Yeah.
And there's a, what's like devil sign called?
"Oh,
What is the pentagon?
the pentagram.
Yeah, there's a pentagram.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
You brought a pentagram into my Catholic household.
So it is so funny that you clutch pearls and that I'm wearing this shirt because this song I first heard in the Disney Channel original movie Brink. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that movie, but it's where Eric Von Detten, teen heartthrob, is a rollerblader. And he has to juggle being both a rollerblading hobbyist and an aspiring pro rollerblader because those two groups do not get along. And so he has to basically go undercover as a pro after his dad hurts his back and loses his job. This is like a very like sneakily 90s pro-union Disney Channel original movie because the dad lost his job, which was obviously like a blue-collar, physically demanding job. Otherwise, him falling off a ladder wouldn't affect his job status. But he lost his job, and Eric Von Detten feels compelled to provide for the family by turning his rollerblading hobby into a rollerblading job.
So the DCOM was pro-union, and you mentioned it as if it was like one of many. Is there a lot of sneakily pro-union?
No, that's why I think it's such a unique Disney Channel original movie. And
Is it explicitly pro-union, or is that just like what radicalized you into being pro-union?
well, yeah, I mean, it was a movie that I loved, and The Suicide Machines is in the soundtrack. Now, not on the soundtrack of the CD you could buy, because obviously Disney Channel original movie can't have a band called The Suicide Machines on the CD.
Credits, yeah.
But it's in the credits. So,
Oh,
but you have to remember, this movie came out in mid-90s. I didn't have internet.
yeah.
So I didn't realize that I needed to look up song by song in the credits to the Disney movie. Because, you know, when you're watching the movie on Disney Channel, when the credits are rolling, that's just 1/4 of the screen. 3/4 is advertising what's coming up next on the Disney Channel.
I have
So
to
you
say,
can't read it. You didn't have a Disney Channel.
no, I
Okay.
did. You do not give Disney Channel aficionado. You are dropping so many, like, not just like, oh, this is Disney Channel, I liked it. You're like, this is how Disney Channel works. As you know, before the credits are going to be advertising, I'm like, oh, wow, you were like steeped in deep in Disney Channel.
So my
You do not look like a
no
DCOM watcher.
Again, this is part of my upbringing. My parents were very strict. I was not allowed to watch Nickelodeon. I was only allowed to watch Disney Channel and like some sports.
Dude, I was sheltered too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, here's what I'll say. My parents are very much rule followers. And so, like, if something was PG-13, I wasn't allowed to watch it until I was 13, you know, that kind of stuff. And I wasn't allowed to watch Dexter's Lab because sometimes you'd see Dexter's butt in it. And so, this is changing the subject a little bit from your story, but when my parents had the talk of the birds and the bees with me, my dad did, I was shocked. Because I had no clue. They had very successfully shielded me from anything that would have given me any idea about it. And so, but also, like, I was always an intelligent kid growing up, so they assumed that I maybe had figured it out. And I was like, what? No!
Blew your mind.
Like, no, serious. I cried. I cried tears.
So here's my question. Did you not have peers who would bring up sex to you in like your social settings as a kid?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, also the talk happened somewhat early, I suppose, but like it was like 3rd or 4th grade for me that like my parents sat me down and
So
told
you're
me
like
everything.
8 or 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't done that math, but yeah, something like that. Young enough to be traumatized.
Yeah.
And I sometimes wonder if being gay is part of it too, because I'm like, you do what with a woman? Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
You weren't even curious. But I remember being like not even having a concept of like sexuality necessarily.
Or attraction,
but
yeah.
my friends and I would basically lay unofficial bets as to whether or not our parents had ever had sex, because one kid would like no, but like only through like a game of telephone, right? He's like, you have to have sex to have kids. And then the rest of us would gang up and be like, that's not true. You think your parents had sex, you sicko? Like, your parents didn't have sex? That's gross.
It is gross. It's so gross.
And then he would kind of like realize, like, oh yeah, I guess that is kind of gross. And like, I am the weird one.
Like,
for
Tony's
being,
a freak.
Yeah, he
Mom
thinks his parents have sex. That's disgusting.
Or have ever had.
Right, ever.
Yeah, that's
Ever.
crazy.
So yeah, I remember arguing with the neighborhood kids as to whether or not any of our parents would have sex, and if any of them did, who were like the most likely like culprits.
Oh my god.
Because we were,
So you knew people had sex.
well, we knew that sex existed as a concept,
Sure.
but
sure.
we all thought
But it's like
our
you would never
parents-
do that with someone you married.
Dude, our parents would never do that. That's gross. They're old, and like they follow the rules. Like sex was like against the rules.
Oh my
and so
god.
we were like, whose parents are trashy
It's
enough
like
to have
graffiti.
sex? Yeah.
That's so funny.
We'd be like, Steve's parents fucking have sex. They're degenerates. Oh.
What?
So, Madeline went from what the fuck, what podcast, fine, you can call me, but I'm not going to be funny, to I like this podcast, I want to be a guest, I have people I could call that would be good.
Oh, amazing. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to call Patrick McCarthy now, who is a friend of mine, who is on Queer Roast.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Patrick. You're on the podcast.
Happy to be here. How's everyone doing?
I'm recording.
This call will be recorded.
I'm here with my friend Hunter.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Hunter.
I forgot how lovely your voice is. I didn't even think about that when I chose you to call, because I'm like, oh man, now that I'm listening to you, I'm like, oh yeah, you have this gorgeous voice.
Is it gonna come across, or is it too monotone?
No, it's perfect.
Okay.
That wasn't sarcasm.
Okay.
And also, if you feel like it doesn't come across great, you just have to be a guest on the actual podcast and set the record straight about your voice.
Oh, yeah.
As long as we like fade my face so it's still a somewhat anonymous interview. Just get the voice across.
Patrick wants to be a disembodied voice. Yeah.
What?
Good career move, honestly, Patrick.
Oh my god, shut up. Are you saying you don't want to be associated with me?
No, that's not at all what I said.
It sounds like what you said.
No, we're good.
Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, to me, it sounded more like you just want to be known as a disembodied voice in the business.
In the business, yeah, I don't want any more attention than I'm already getting, and I think that's a kind of a good subversive career move.
That's been common about both of our calls today. We have one musician who is shedding Instagram followers on purpose.
Yeah. We just talked to Hunter's friend Madeline, who she has over 100,000 Instagram followers, but not anymore because she's actively purging them, which is wild.
And now Patrick is blurring his face in a hypothetical podcast appearance to decrease the amount of attention he's getting.
So I met Patrick he at Sprouts, and we hit it off, and then I had him on my show and I roasted him. So he was an audience volunteer to be roasted. But also he did improv in college and lives with two improvisers. And so he's cut from the same cloth and he's awesome. But also, Patrick, with how good your voice is, have you considered doing stand-up?
Well, thank you, first of all, for all your kind words. And I kind of considered it, but the delivery is one thing. It's the coming up with jokes that is the harder part.
Patrick, you don't need jokes. You should just have a podcast because I could listen to you talk about anything.
Oh,
It's like
you're right.
it is like a calming but engaging baritone, which is so hard to find now that smoking's so passe. Most men don't develop deep enough vocal cords.
Patrick, you sound like someone who's smoked a lot.
Correct. Yeah.
You sound like lung cancer's just around the corner, and we love that about your
Patrick,
voice.
you sound like someone who has a lot of wisdom from working in a coal mine.
Trucks is the next, it's the modern equivalent, so I guess we could credit that.
Oh yeah, wait, we should tell that story. So because I didn't even say this on stage, but Patrick, like day 2 on the job, the truck caught on fire.
Incredible. Did you get benefit from a lawsuit, Patrick? Are you at liberty to discuss? Is this why you're trying to blur your face?
Uh, yeah, if we can just blur out or censor the name of the company going forward.
Oh
No,
yeah.
there was no lawsuit. It was more of just a learning and coaching experience.
But okay, but to be fair, you weren't the one that made the mistake, right?
No, 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 no. A lithium ion battery was sent over the top, and like those are supposed to be separated from other packages because they can spontaneously combust
But I
or
think Hunter
whatever.
brings up a good point. You should have sued this company and gotten a ton of money on them. Instead, they settled out of court for a learning experience.
Yeah, Patrick, you were way too nice about this. You were exposed to fire on the job and didn't even get like workers' comp.
If this happened on like my third or fourth day, I might have uh, been wiser. But since it was my second day, I thought it might just be par for the course.
Man, did they catch a break having a employee endangerment episode? I used to work in the automotive business, and when we had a fire situation, we called it a heat complication. So we were not allowed to use the word fire. And boy, did this logistics business, I will keep it anonymous for you, Patrick, catch a break by having a heat complication on day 2 of your employment when you were so forgiving and hadn't yet started to hate your own employer.
Hmm. No, it was. I think it worked out for everyone.
I think it could have worked out better for you, is what we're saying. So, if any lawyers are listening to my podcast,
Yeah.
please contact my man Patrick.
Morgan and Morgan, we're looking for a sponsorship deal. So if you can represent Patrick in his retroactive lawsuit against this logistics company and get him a fat paycheck, we will consider your sponsorship opportunity on this podcast.
I feel like calling it a logistics company is really throwing off the set. Are they known for doing logistics?
Yeah.
Are they known for shipping and delivery?
Well, that I think people would categorize that as logistics.
When I hear logistics, I think you're like a product manager or something, or like a.
You're too tech for your own good.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's like boots on the ground logistics.
But logistics is like planning. Okay, whatever. Okay. Maybe I'm too white collar. I didn't drive through poor neighborhoods like Hunter.
Get misdemeanors. Sorry, we had a very challenging guest before you, Patrick, who was airing out all of my dirty laundry.
Like
Oh,
5
dear.
seconds into the phone call, she.
Talk about wanting to blur your face. It was immediately we went to my mugshot that I got when I was a teenager.
That's wild that you almost died.
We're glad you didn't. What a waste of a great voice.
Yes. Oh yeah. So that's what I'm
And
saying.
now I have a story to tell in situations like these. So I think it's, what do you call it, a net positive.
You have a story to tell, and frankly, Patrick, I mean, truly the only downside besides you missing out on what was likely a large payday is how great of a ghost would Patrick make with this voice? I
Oh
mean,
my god.
haunted by Patrick, kind of a treat.
Yeah, I would. It's like the movie Her, except instead of an AI, it's a ghost. It's like
Way
just
better.
the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god, that should be the sequel to Her. And
Him.
Patrick, you're gonna play
Ghost.
him in parentheses. Now he's a ghost. No, it's a ghost this time.
I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, Patrick Swayze did beat us to this movie premise by about 35 years, but it's been so long that I would love to relaunch Her as him, parentheses, ghost. Starring Patrick, disembodied voice.
Parentheses. It's a ghost this time. What are you doing, Patrick? Are you already climbing into bed?
I am in bed.
Oh my god. And what color are you wearing?
Patrick sleeps in the nude. I don't know Patrick that well, but I know that much about him.
White.
Oh, white. All right.
What? Oh, what color? Oh, you're wearing white underwear. Okay, got it.
AIDS.
Yeah. That's wonderful. I also do, Patrick, you would be the guy that like
you could be president, but like back when they had radios, like who was it that was giving all the news over the radio?
Walter
Is that
Cronkite.
FDR?
Yeah. Who's Walter Cronkite? Was that a president?
Well, he was a broadcaster when JFK got shot.
Oh, yeah. There should be another presidential shooting so that you can broadcast about it.
Yeah.
I'm not bleeping it. We're keeping it. All right, Patrick.
It's not a political statement. That's a Patrick career move statement. We're just trying to get you work, Patrick.
Okay, I also want to say, just for the podcast knows, it is not 11 p.m. at night. It is 9:26 at night, which, is still late.
Yeah.
But I don't want them thinking I'm a monster. You must wake up early tomorrow. We should probably let you go because the sound of the ruffling of your sheets is actively getting into the audio.
Well, and
Oh,
also,
my
Patrick, it's
apologies.
making both of us want to also go to bed.
No,
It sounds so cozy.
it makes me want to go
I
into
didn't know
the
my
same.
sheets were so loud. I apologize.
Actually, Patrick, I think you fell asleep there for a bit. You were snoring.
You have a beautiful snore as well as beautiful speaking voice, Patrick.
A baritone snore.
Yeah, baritone snore, absolutely. The hero snore, really.
Yeah. Also, just so you know, Hunter is a stand-up comedian who, if all goes according to plan, is going to be performing on my next show. So you should come check us out, and then I will put him through worse horrors than I put you through.
Which, Patrick, that's basically the premise of Queer Roast, is that you go through something bad and then you come back to the shows forever, hoping that something worse happens to the next person. It's a great scheme Andrew's developed.
I was pretty easy on Patrick. He had a good time, I think. All right. I love you, baby.
Love you too.
Hunter, sing him a lullaby.
Oh, Patrick, your voice is so beautiful. I wish I was there to hear you fall asleep.
All right.
Couldn't quite make it rhyme, Patrick, but that's why I'm not an improviser.
Oh, that's all right. It's a A-B rhyming scheme.
Yeah.
Yes, I just hadn't gotten back to
Yeah.
my ABs. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was setting up the rhyme.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Patrick.
Of course, and I'll be sure to have the both of you for my cabinet in my anonymous presidency.
Oh,
Nice.
wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Dibs on Secretary of the Interior.
All right, take care.
Have a good one, man.
I haven't known a secretary since Pete Buttigieg.
Okay.
Transportation.
Yes.
Like, honestly, I don't even think I've known one before or since. He was somehow a higher profile. I guess because he's gay. Like, that was the thing.
And the Democratic Party was low-key floating him as, like, should he run for president next? Which is why he was such a prominent secretary position holder.
Oh.
That even somebody as secretary disinclined as you was made aware.
Yeah.
Because they were like, what do you think about this guy for president? That's how they do it,
Yeah. What do you think about Pete Buttigieg? Oh, should we get political on the pod?
Yeah, we can.
What do you think about Pete Buttigieg?
He's not for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because you are a MAGA.
Because I'm super MAGA. I just want everyone's shirts to be tucked in super tight. I'm not the most politically informed, but what little political drive I have is all about, workers' rights to work, right to a certain quality of life. So I'm very much in like the Bernie camp, and Pete has worked hard to distance himself from that. Not even because he thinks like Bernie or like AOC or any of those people are particularly misaligned politically, but he just feels like they don't play nationally. He leans much more centrist, I think, particularly because people know he's gay. So he likes to play both sides and be like, hey, I'm gay, but I'm not radical left. Whereas I'm like, dude, I am straight and radical left. Like, get over here.
I'm gay, but I'm not one of those gays.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like that, and that is very much his shtick.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Do you know what the word for that in the... Well, I guess this is just... We've just co-opted it from pick-me girl, but I feel like pick-me gay is like the word we'd use for that. Yeah.
Totally. That's a great descriptor. I had not heard that before, but yeah, he's totally a very politically ambitious pick-me gay.
Got it.
That's why he goes on like all these bro podcasts that more like left-leaning people tend to hate more than me, because I don't view them as political podcasts. They're entertainment podcasts that are politically uninformed and spew what people perceive as like influential but to me, they're just kind of like bros, right?
Yeah.
And bros say dumb stuff all the time. There's
Yeah.
nothing special about these dumb bros. But yeah, like those guys who are like, you know who I like better than Kamala is Trump. Pete went on those podcasts and we're like, but you know who's better than Trump is your boy Pete. And so he kind of plays to those guys to be
and there's a lot to be said for trying to win people over to your side.
totally. But he doesn't go, you know what we should be doing is making life better for working class Americans. What he says is, you know who's just better than Trump is Pete. I just get the impression that Pete's very much out for himself. But that could be said for any like corporate dem, right? Like you basically have to be an outsider with just like a very loyal, small constituency in a district where you're unchallenged to make it to office sharing my political beliefs. Like I kind of unrealistic ones.
I honestly do find it very interesting to talk to you about politics. I don't want to do it any longer on this podcast, and I'm not cutting it. I love this conversation, but it's like, I could very easily like spend the next 30 minutes just like hearing, because like you're very well. Do you listen to politics a lot?
No, I always felt homeless politically in American political discussion. I always felt like people were arguing most passionately and spending the most time on things that I didn't think mattered. To me, the secret to quality of life in Western society is economic security and, to a certain level, prosperity. And basically, anyone who's willing to dedicate 40 hours of their week to working for the greater communal good deserves a certain quality of life. And in the 20th century, that was like a very in vogue thing to like believe in.
I'm also, what's interesting is like, especially in this political time, but it's like hard to talk philosophy without sounding political, because like what you mentioned wasn't by nature political. It was just your philosophy on like life, which is a really fascinating thing about you.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, but this also like tells us exactly like where you lean politically, right?
Totally.
Because the two are so linked.
And yeah, exactly. How do I bring my philosophy on life to my daily livelihood? Well, I need policies that either give me room to express that or support that particular expression. And so if you don't have either of those, it's difficult.
But do you consume a lot of like media? Are you like a politically informed person generally?
Not in particular. What I do is I've found friends who are as passionate about politics as I am about sports, and when it comes time to making my political voice heard, I lean on my informed friends to help me.
Are you really passionate about sports?
Oh yeah.
Like watching others. I knew you played sports. You played flag football and stuff. But you also watch it a lot.
Consume football and basketball, mostly those two.
Thank you so much for shielding me from that.
The fact that you didn't know that, I'm proud that you didn't know that about me.
Yeah, no, actually that's wild.
Yeah.
Like that I didn't know that about you, but also like I love that you have that in your life, and I love that you love it, and it's so funny because it's like growing up, like games would be on. I grew up in Chicago. Chicago has a major sports team for every single sport.
Sometimes two.
Yeah, exactly, and both are big names. Everyone knows the Cubs. Everyone knows the Sox. It's like wild, and so, like, that was a very hard city to live in and not be a fan of sports. I was constantly... And, nothing anyone did wrong. It's not like I was being, like, gay bashed. They were just talking about sports. But I felt so alienated. And it's like, there are a lot of aspects of masculinity that I don't feel alienated by. I love video games. And I'm competitive. I like playing sports enough. But when it comes just, like... being a cuck for other sports.
Which is totally what it is, by the way.
Yeah. I'm like, get me in on the action, yeah.
What I will say, at least about Chicago, is you guys have, like, Second City and, like, a tradition of live entertainment and theater that most sports-obsessed cities don't have.
Mm-hmm.
So, growing up in Cleveland, and, like, I kind of thought that's how all cities were except for New York and maybe LA. So to learn that Chicago has like this great like live entertainment, theater, improv.
Oh yeah, wait. So what was Cleveland like? I guess I didn't even think because we're both from the Midwest,
right.
But I'm from a Midwest that you think has more
Arts
influence
leaning,
of arts, and Cleveland was just devoid of that.
Totally, Cleveland. Cleveland does have a decently impressive theater district, but it is not the culture in Cleveland to go see live art.
What are you doing? That's gay.
Totally. Like, it is very much the culture to you are either enjoying a sports, you're either cucking a sports event, as you so aptly described, or you are destroying yourselves with food and chemicals. Like, that's kind of the only two accepted male pastimes. And it is a blast when when those are the interests you align with.
Yeah.
But if you have interests outside of that, people do like wonder what's wrong with you.
Hey, I just wanted to check in. I noticed you were watching an art show. Is everything okay at home?
You're singing along with something called Spring Awakening. Like, ooh, like, do you need to see a baseball game right now? Because we don't have therapy there. But do you need to see a live sporting event to help align you? So anyway.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's kind of what.
Well, that's interesting because you but that could be really fun for you because you do align with those interests.
Yeah.
That sounds like a blast.
Totally.
Yeah.
It was a blast. It just, I also had this longing for, there's got to be something else besides just getting fucked up and being a cuck for better athletes than me. Which is like anybody.
Yeah, you're singing along with Beauty and the Beast. Like, I want adventure in the great white somewhere.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, people were very proud to not remember the lyrics from like Lion King and like these musicals that obviously everyone had seen growing up.
They were proud to not remember.
They were proud to not remember it, but the party was drunk enough, and I put on "I Just Can't Wait to Be King." I would see like who could carry a tune and who like had lyric recall and stuff.
You're secretly planning to recruit for your acapella group. You're like, hey, so when I ran my little experiment,
I saw you harmonizing with Simba in the second verse. No, it's just it was one of those things where when people had their inhibitions lifted chemically, you could see that they enjoyed this part of life too.
Yeah.
It just wasn't part of the curriculum.
Yeah, and like culturally, it's okay to be. When did you leave Cleveland?
When I was 18, I went to school in North Carolina.
Oh yeah, because you told me. So in high school, you played sports.
Played sports, but just football, and really just my freshman year. After that, I switched to skateboarding, and I was a theater kid, but that was not something that people associated with.
You're the second guy I've had on my podcast who was a theater kid who I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I did.
This is only episode 4.
Right.
So
it might be a better development.
I've only had three guys, so 2/3. And you know what? Honestly, I should check. The third guy may also have done theater.
So, yeah.
Maybe I just have a proclivity for theater boys. I'm drawn to them without realizing it. No, I mean, that makes sense. We clearly realize that we thought in similar ways, and maybe it's because we've both digested so much Les Mis.
Dude, yeah. Les Mis, Rent, Spring Awakening, as I mentioned, thanks to my mom. She's the one that turned me on to that soundtrack.
I've never seen it, or even listened. I sang Purple Summer in choir in high school.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. I was super into it because it's like very like, I'm sure the writers of the show would deplore this mischaracterization, but it's like very pro-abortion, which was like important to me because I was like, oh, like, I don't want to have like a baby before I'm ready. Like, let's be pro-abortion, and this musical's pro-abortion. Like, let's go. I like this one. And so yeah,
I love how you like did not say pro-choice. You're like, no, I don't want a choice. There shouldn't be a choice.
Well,
I should get the choice.
Yeah, I mean,
no, I'm joking. You're like, let me be clear, this is not about women's rights for me. I want to see those fetuses.
This is about men's right to an abortion, okay? We want a vacuum cleaner and a magnet and to solve the problem. That's like the subtext of the musical. You know the subtext.
Yeah, I've heard that was the alternate title for Spring Awakening, a vacuum cleaner and a magnet.
It's in like the rough draft where they're handwriting it, and then they're like, wait, let's refine this a little bit.
Yeah.
Turned into a
Spring abortioning. It still needs a little bit of work.
It's kind of putting a hat on the hat. Yeah. But yeah, loved theater, and it helped that I went to an all guys school, so I could disguise my pursuit of theater and performance art as, oh, this is just like my way to meet girls, and like that's kind of how it became acceptable behavior. They're like, oh, like there are hot girls in musical theater.
And did you meet girls?
I mean, yeah, but they weren't like, the interest was very one way. It was not reciprocated.
Oh, you were interested in them.
Correct.
And they were like, you're a theater kid, ew.
And they were just like, this boy hasn't come out of the closet yet, but he's so nice to us. And he's like pretending to be straight. And
That's
I
how
was
I
like,
talk about you too.
Yeah. I was like, oh no, I am straight. I'm just bad at what? I'm bad at vibing
Projecting
my straightness. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh, you can stop asking me to homecoming. We can just be friends.
Oh my
and it's just like, oh, I need a date though.
They're like looking at you guys like, you don't have to do this.
Are your
We'll be
parents
here
religious?
for you. Yeah, oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so you only did football your freshman year.
Correct.
But you stayed tight with those guys, right? All throughout high school or no? 'Cause I feel like I remember you saying that you had a lot of football friends, right?
Yeah. So I was just at a wedding for my friend with whom I played 8th grade football with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it is occasional that I will make a lifelong friend through football. One of my friends from 9th grade football just had his daughter that same weekend, and I was supposed to visit him, but I was too degenerate from the weekend to be around a newborn. So we made the executive decision that I would meet the baby next time.
Wow. You're like, I am too degenerate for newborn.
Yeah. There was a certain REM or a certain amount of REM cycles per day required. There's like a threshold to meet a baby, and I did not meet them.
I'm going to scar your baby for life.
Yeah.
If she was the baby's gender, is that problematic to assume the baby's gender?
I don't think it's problematic. I just think in this instance, it did not matter if it was a masculine or feminine baby. It was too new
We can use they, them.
to meet.
It,
To meet.
We're going to scar it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were the it.
I was
actually.
also the it.
Yeah.
Can't have two its in the same room.
That's funny. And then I forgot you skated, and it's like, okay, so this isn't just about the music. You're also living the skater lifestyle.
Yeah. Skateboarding was, again, not really a sport, but it was the most important activity I found in high school because it was something I could do just myself. I didn't need team or like a coach or really even to be good at it to enjoy it. You know, it's like one of those things that you could suffer through kind of like alone, but like with other skaters, like you would go to spots together and like
Okay, because I was starting to say, like, oh, it was like sports without all the community.
right. No, it was like sport, but like to enjoy sports, there's like a certain level of competency you need to have. Otherwise, you're kind of not good enough to contribute to the team, and then the team doesn't respect in turn your contribution. So there's not a ton of community being built through sports if you're not bringing a certain level of competency.
Which you were.
Which I wasn't.
Okay.
I was both young for my grade and a late developer. So as everybody was getting their man bodies, I still had a little boy twink body. And
Not a twink body.
yeah, it was a twink body. It was hairless, it was thin,
And it was about to enroll in theater.
yeah, it was theater. It was much more theater built than football built, but I still loved the game. But I just was relegated to playing in like the pickup format, like at lunch breaks or in the backyard on the weekends, whatever. And it was great. I love backyard football.
Oh,
But
so you would continue to play
Yeah.
throughout high school, just like recreationally?
informally, yes.
That's cool. That's awesome.
But skateboarding, you don't need to be like good enough. You just need to be good enough to do something at the area we're skating in to contribute to like the scene or like
Oh,
the
cool.
community.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like pushing the group
Yeah.
with your skill set.
Yeah.
If you're there and you're trying
And
and you're getting better, that community supports and accepts you.
And even if you aren't getting better, like if you're there and you're trying, like you're skating, right?
If you're eating shit like in an entertaining way, like that's contributing. So yeah, if you can wipe out like with a certain amount of grace or like lack of grace, like if you can eat it like really well, that's like an entertainment factor you're bringing to the group. So yeah, there's all types of way to contribute to a group of skaters.
Would you have like wild wipeouts?
No, I wasn't known as like the eat shit guy. I was known as like the never like give up guy. They're like, all right, we're like ready to move on to this new spot, or like we're gonna take a break and like smoke a cigarette, and like Hunter's gonna try this 70 more times, and he might get it, and we will all be relieved on his behalf. But there's like a screw loose, right? Like most people would just like try something else, or like we're not gonna land it
They're
today.
like, hey, do you need to say baseball game?
They're like, you know, you don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Like this is just for fun. But yeah, I could make myself try something an infinite number of times.
Wow. Do you carry that mindset to other things?
I mean, I guess I kind of do. To me, it taught me how to be like okay with failure in a public setting. Like, luckily, most girls weren't interested in like watching skaters like try to get better, but every once in a while, like there would be girls at like the skate park or something, and like you could see guys, like some guys would get nervous, some guys would like bring out their best stuff, and like to me, I was like independent of that because I was so focused.
Dudes rock.
Yeah.
That's so funny. They're like, all right, man, you haven't done that trick in 15 days, and now you're suddenly doing it all the time.
Yeah. Or like that's easy for you. You're just doing that because you want to land it in front of the girls.
Covered in sweat. Like
just like yeah. But skateboarding, kind of like tennis or golf, like you're almost versing yourself more than any opponent. And that's what I liked about it.
Nice, that's cool.
Versus the self.
Yeah. But now you play a lot of football now.
Yeah, well, as an adult, it's funny. So as a teenager, I was like behind the development curve by a significant margin. But as an adult, just by not like getting heavy or like having a serious injury, like I've caught up to a lot of my peers who would
not getting heavy is a very humble way of describing being jacked as hell. I mean, look at you. Like you can't see it on camera because he's wearing a shirt, but we did a fitness photo shoot. He's very fit. You can show the camera your abs. I mean,
you can. There will be links in Andrew's bio to some of the fitness photos we've taken.
I'll link the abs.
Yeah, but I think part of the reason I've been able to stay in shape as an adult is because of the overwhelming shame I had as a young person not being able to contribute like in a sports context because I was so underdeveloped. Whoa. So then, like lifting, exercising became, hey, maybe I can catch up to these guys if I lift hard enough, if I train hard enough. But I couldn't. I was genetically just never going to be 225 pounds. It just didn't matter what I lifted or what I ate. But those habits I formed, now all of a sudden, in my mid-late 30s, I can still run around, I can jump, I can catch, like I can do like kind of basic things that a lot of people my age haven't even tried in like 10 years. Now, in those people's defenses, a lot of them have, families and stuff.
Yeah,
like
sure.
Their non-work hours, there's a greater tax on those than mine.
Yeah, it's like they're dedicating their time to a human life.
Right.
And like preserving the humanity.
Not like trying to be good at football. To make the needs like 20 years after it mattered for them.
If I ever get that desperate for validation, I'm just go see a baseball game.
Exactly. They're like, hey man, being a cuck for a sport's way easier than playing it.
Yeah.
But
I've heard that about being a cuck in general.
Yeah, it's always easier being the cuck. Why do they get so much hate? It sounds like they've got it figured out. Oh, you like just kind of sitting there and enjoying somebody else?
They've really manipulated the whole system.
Right.
Yeah, they have us all doing our little dance around them. Yeah. They don't have to lift a finger.
So, I can't believe we've fallen down this rabbit hole. This probably...
Are you about to talk about cuck theory?
Yes.
Okay.
So this probably hasn't come across your desk in a sports context because you're not super into consuming other sports.
Correct.
But psychologists have studied sports fandom, and one of the things that they have found is they monitor the brainwaves of a observer of sport, and then they'll monitor the brainwaves of that same observer of sport while he's playing the sport, and they are similar. So the thrill you get from watching the sport, you're imagining, you're projecting yourself making this accomplishment, and that is why it is such a popular pastime, because you are basically imagining the self through this visual medium, whether it's television or being in the stands.
Pathetic.
Right, but also, like, the cuck is, like, experiencing the same thing, the same thrill, right? Like, the brainwave of, like, I'm sure the cuck experience is, like, they're like, hey, that's kind of me fucking my wife. Even though it's, like, specifically not them. But it's, like, me fucking my wife well, or, like, better than I actually can.
This podcast started off so clean. We were talking about Disney Channel original movies, And I'm going to have to tell my mom not to listen to this episode. She's just going to have to skip it.
Deep in cuck theory.
Yeah, I'll be like, all right, Mom, there's going to be about timestamp, like, just skip.
Some mom-safe segments. We'll just title this segment "Not for Andrew's Mom."
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a lot of the
It's a lot of the podcast so far. Yeah,
the degenerates I invite on, they're just not mom friendly. You can't take them home to mom and dad.
That's why you moved so far from home.
Yeah. I love all my friends, and my parents would love them because they would behave, but they don't on this podcast often. That doesn't happen for me.
Right.
When I watch sport, I think that's a big thing that's missing, because I do know that feeling of like, oh my gosh, we're like, here's what I will say. If I'm part of a team and I'm substituted out, I'm so invested in the team that that's not hard for me to watch.
You get the thrill if your teammate scores.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And because I think maybe there's also still an element of I did contribute a little bit, because when I was on the field, I was doing what I could to make sure everyone else didn't have to pick up my slack, so it's like part of the reason they had, I don't know, it's still mostly largely there. But yeah, I've gotten that, and every now and then, if you watch a really close, or when I watch a really close sports game, I get it, it's like, this is exciting, but it's...
But you probably get it more from watching good performance art. You feel like, I can
Honestly,
see myself
Yeah.
telling that joke.
I'm a comedy cuck.
Dude, huge comedy cuck. Like, when we go to Shannon's show at Bar Bandini and we see a really great set, like, on this back patio, like, there's no stage, there's no nothing. Like, it's really up to the comic to kind of will a bit to work, and they're trying new stuff. So that to me is like so fun to watch, is watching somebody do something that's unpolished in a setting that isn't really set up for like easy success, and to see them achieve that. Like, I feel like that's why you and I enjoy that show more than even their average patron, who goes probably more often than we do. But when we go, we like see ourselves like we could get there. We could get to that. We could.
I have done the show before.
Yeah, I went to it.
Yeah.
But I just mean, we've gone to shows where neither of us have been on, had an absolute blast, and had more fun, I think, than the typical patron.
Oh yeah, no,
show.
of course. Well, it's like whenever I watch comedy, it's like you're analyzing the jokes. You're like, oh, this is how they could punch that up, or it's like, oh, this person's really good. I want to book them. Well, this person's really bad. I don't enjoy those. I'm not such a big fan that I even enjoy the bad ones. But Shannon's show never has bad ones. Let me say that. Better Half, Bar Bandini, check it out. She's come up on this podcast before, which is awesome. Speaking of stand-up and skating, are you familiar with Taylor Clark at all? He's a Seattle stand-up.
Okay.
And he... his big break was like he got featured in some like very popular skating magazine, which I don't know, you might subscribe to.
Thrasher or
yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure Tony Hawk follows him.
Oh, cool.
Which is like a huge claim to fame. He's good. He's a really good comic. You should check him out. You might like his stuff. I haven't. The funny thing is, by the time I got to Seattle, I think he was working on expanding his material. Okay. So I don't think I've ever even heard his skateboarding jokes, despite the fact that he's like kind of marketed as the skateboarding comic.
Gotcha.
But I've opened for him before. He's great.
So I didn't know him by name, but now that you've described who he is and who follows him, I think he did a show outside of the Tampa Pro-Am, which is like a very big national skate competition.
Whoa.
And because I saw clips from the show, they were so like skate focused, and he was obviously killing it because everyone there is either a skater or in the skate business. I was like, wow, I can't believe it's like one of those things where you're like, I can't believe someone beat me to my own dream that I didn't know I had. But like, yeah, I was just like, oh man, like someone's already beat me to the skater stand-up hybrid like perfectly. So I bet I've seen his clips from. I bet
funny.
that's him from Champ
Yeah.
Pro. Like, who else could it be?
Yeah, but there's room for more than one skater comic. Like,
Yeah.
he's literally the only one I know of.
Right.
And he's older than you, so he'll age out.
Yeah.
He'll die, and then you'll reign
I'll
supreme.
be Gen Z's skater comic. Yeah.
Are you Gen Z?
No, but I will entertain the Gen Z.
Got
skaters.
it. You're like, no, but I will pretend.
Yeah. I will get a skincare routine. Keels. Morgan and Keels. We're coming to both of you for sponsorship deals.
That's so funny. Yeah, I think about that with some of my major interests. Like, I would love to develop a really good, like, gamer nerd set. I've posted a couple Pokemon jokes. I posted one on Reddit that did pretty well. The problem is I needed a slideshow to go with it because I was talking about Mega Victory Bell, which I don't know if you've seen it or seen my set, but yeah, it would just be really fun to like be able to take a set
To like TwitchCon or something.
like a very specific venue,
Yeah.
like to a gaming convention or a Comic-Con, and then just like crush or who cares, bomb but still get free tickets.
Well,
but you want to crush,
Yeah. Dude, you would... I mean, I'm sure they haven't thought of it, but I'm sure it would crush. They need to hire you as like a warm-up comic for esport.
Oh, that'd be great.
Events. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where like the crowd is there, but like how do we get started? And I'm like, dude, they had warm-up comics when I was doing like audience work at game shows. Like clearly things that like have nothing to do with comics.
Yeah,
But they
yeah.
had warm-up because they're like used to show business, but the gaming community I feel like isn't even still.
Yeah, it's interesting to like think of markets that are untapped.
Right.
And this happens. Oh man, this is a subject I could talk about for a long time. But what's so interesting is like I feel like I can watch a comic and tell you how they came up.
Yeah, wow.
Like, not to that extent, but like for the vast majority of stand-up comics, it's going to be like, oh, they came up through the open mic network. They started in rooms that were filled with like drunk men at bars, which no shade to them. Like, and this isn't even necessarily a bad thing, but it's like it's such a specific demographic that like all the jokes get filtered through. Does that demographic laugh at this joke?
So I know we've talked about you doing queer roast more often than you're currently doing it. You also could have a great game show where you have a panel of judges, a lineup of comics. They do their sets, and then the judges try to match the comedic background with the comic based on the set.
That's a really fun idea. You know, I've actually been looking for a new show concept. That's really fun because it's like you could be like, okay, I'm going to book someone who came up through improv, someone who is just like a normal stand-up comic, someone who is like an influencer that then started doing stand-up.
Totally.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And like different parts of the country, so like you could be matching multiple things.
Yeah,
with,
and you could always before the show or during the show, you could be like, all right, here's this. It's like any of those like Jubilee or Cut shows where it's like, all right, it's a pairing game, and we're going to give you the options. It's multiple choice
Right,
for each
right.
of them, but you have to like see if you
Absolutely. Can we match? Can the judges match?
And it's fun too
The
because it's
background.
like it kind of has that panel judge dynamic like roast battle without it being a talent competition or like
Totally.
having a roast element.
Right.
Which I love a roast element. Obviously, I have a roast
yeah.
show. That's no shade against that, but it's like you always want to differentiate yourself. Dude, that's a great idea. That's really fun.
That would be fun.
And sometimes it can be. Sometimes I feel bad for some women who I can tell have been come up through predominantly male just audiences because sometimes I see them tell jokes and I'm like, are you enjoying telling this? Like really,
Or
it's
have
like
you been bullied into this?
like yeah, this is so clearly like something that you're doing because men laugh at it, but it's like you're sexualizing yourself or whatever. And I'm not. There's plenty of women who do that, and it comes across as very empowering, and I think they're loving it, right? But every now and then, I'm like, this doesn't look like it would be fun to do if I was a woman. But hey, man, you know, whatever. Like,
But that's what makes stand-up so interesting, is that there's a give and take between you, the performer, and you, the audience, and how much power you give each partner, I think, changes based on where you are in your career, what room you're playing,
Yeah.
how you feel like that night.
and have you even had a chance to train in rooms, right?
Totally.
Like, that's one thing that, and you know, you're going to be on my show soon, and you'll find this interesting. Have you performed for predominantly gay male audiences? because my audience is definitely that demographic. It's
Absolutely.
predominant. We have some women, and we have some straight guys here and there, but it's predominantly gay men. And that's just how the cookie crumbles with my show. So it's an interesting challenge
I'm excited.
because and also what it made me realize is, you know, as a gay comic, and I've commiserated with other gay comics about this, that like people complain when we tell too many jokes that involve dating men, and it's like they all get, well, it could be a dating joke, it could be a sex joke, it could be a love life joke, whatever, but it all gets grouped together as like a, oh, you're telling another gay joke. It's like, no, I'm telling jokes about dating and love and sex, like, you know, these things that all comics constantly joke about.
Right.
It's just, for me, I happen to be gay, so you're, you know. Anyway, so that's a serious problem. That all being said, on the flip side, I've had my audience tell me, like my gay male audience tell me, like, I don't know, oftentimes I really don't like straight male comics. They're always talking about, like,
Sex with women.
sex with women. It's all like dating women or getting with women. So it's like literally the exact same issue in reverse, which I find so fascinating. Because it's like, okay, we don't necessarily have the moral high ground either. It's just like part of this is, it's not that, you know, people are being problematic, but and you know, they're literally just saying this is what they prefer, right?
Right.
And it's like, as an audience member, there's no moral mandate that you gravitate towards all kinds of humor equally, right? I think, you know, you could probably try to expand and not like tune out as soon as you hear that there's a sex you're not attracted to involved or whatever, right? But it is really interesting, like, to see it that way. All right, with this, Hunter, you've been amazing.
This was awesome.
Dude, this was so fun. Your friend is so cool. I like, literally, let's get mimosas with her sometime. I don't even care if it's 8 p.m. All right.
Phone a friend.